So in this video series, we have something very special. We'll take a look at Samatha meditation, mind training, right? Especially the 9 stages of mind training in the Samatha meditation. And if you take a look at this diagram, which is a very nice symbolic representation of the path, there is a monk who has a weapon in his hand and a rope in his hand, right? And then there is an elephant and a monkey, right? So elephant is represented as a mind, monkey is our scattered attention, which is leading mind here and there. And the monk is by really far right now. But he started the process in the first step. He started the process. The weapon, the god, represent the diligent effort. On the other hand, the rope represent the mindfulness, right? And if you notice, there is also this fire which represent effort. So in earlier stage it requires a lot more effort, especially, and also the path is longer in the earlier stage. As the path grows, especially from 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, it becomes shorter and shorter, right? And the effort is less and less. And at stage 9, the mind is completely subdued and under control of the meditator, and then he's doing all kind of stuff after that. Yeah, very interesting representation of the mind training. I will go on each step by step, what is each stage represents, and how to get established in the each stage. The book I'm using for this, the reference book I'm using for this is Mind Illuminated by Kuladas. It's an amazing book. I highly recommend, if you are a meditator, to go through that book. Although it's very descriptive, there is a lot of information there. Hopefully I will be able to summarize it in these different videos to give you the taste of it. But if you want to go much deeper, you should go and read this book. Okay. Having said that, so before we start this Samatha meditation stage 1, let's talk about the consciousness first. Like, what is being trained, what is the need, what is our current state, and what should be our goal, and a basic understanding of whole consciousness and the mind training. Yeah. So in terms of consciousness, we have 2 faculties, right? So one is our awareness, our general awareness, and the another one is our attention. And we are training both of them in this mindfulness, in this Samatha meditation. Yeah. So the awareness is more like an analogy we can take is like a vision. So when I'm seeing something, just like everything is inside my peripheral vision, the same way awareness is just a general awareness where I have all the object inside my awareness. It could be external objects, it could be stimulus, it could be sensation, thoughts, emotions. From the awareness point of view, these are just different objects that is coming into my awareness and passing away, coming into my awareness and passing away, right? On the other hand, attention is more focused. So attention, just like a vision, I can just sit and watch everything, or I can take a look at one particular object. For example, if I can focus on this camera, I can see different details of the camera in much more detail. I can analyze, I can understand more detailed aspect of it. So that is our attention aspect of consciousness. And think of consciousness as like a power source from where the awareness and attention both is drawing the power. So if our attention is overly drawing our power from consciousness, then our awareness become very dimmed in that sense, and that is what is generally happens with us. Again, so let's take attention first. What is the current state of our attention, and what is our goal with this meditation practice, right? So the current state of our attention is more in terms of scatteredness, right? Our attention is very scattered, and the process, the way it works is, in our peripheral awareness there is a different objects that are coming, right? There is the sound of somebody is from outside coming, somebody selling something, the sound of a bird is there, and there is these different vision objects are there, the laptop is there. So there's so many different objects that is coming inside my awareness. What attention does is, attention keeps scanning for what is important, right? What is important, or what is threat, or all these kind of stuff. So our attention is keep scanning the awareness, the field of awareness, and when it finds something interesting or something fearful or anything like that, it captures the attention, right? It captures the attention just totally get involved in it, and then attention loses our interest, and then it goes into another object, then it goes into the other object. That's how our attention keeps moving, right, into different objects inside our awareness. And this is what we call very scattered attention. That is the initial state of mind. That is what the monkey is representing in this uh, diagram, right? What our goal with our attention is to finally achieve a directed, intentionally directed, sustained attention, right? Let's unpack it. So what we want first of all is to our attention should not be captured by all these different thoughts, emotion, or different object of awareness, or whatever is more threatful and all these kind of things. We should be aware of them, but our attention should be under our control, right? The attention should be intentionally directed, right? The second aspect is it should be sustained. It should be long attention. It should not be like within a second our attention is moving here and there and all the different places, right? Which is our current conditioning. So intentionally directed sustained awareness, right? So the first part of intentionally directing our attention is fundamentally in our hand. It is I can decide whether I want to direct my attention to a thought or I want to direct my attention to something else. On the other hand, the other aspect of attention, of this sustained attention, is not under my direct control. And this is where this meditation practice comes into the picture, right? I can choose to direct my attention on my breath as an object, but I cannot choose how long I can sustain that attention. That is directly not under my willpower. And any use of willpower in meditation practices is not really very conducive in the long run. So how can we train our attention then? What we do is we keep our attention, this process of choosing where our attention is moving is not under our direct control, but it's like it's by using different parameter and some unconscious process is deciding where our attention should be invested, right? On the other hand, we have control over one major parameter in that unconscious process, which is our intention, right? So if we can intently, keep something in our mind, then that information is being communicated to unconscious process, and that way we can sustain our attention. We can cultivate that sustained attention over an object, right? So, for example, I do not have this direct control over how long I can sustain my attention on my breath, but I can keep this intention in my mind that I want to keep my attention on my breath. And over the period of time, with repetition and simple intention and repetition, this attention becomes sustained over the object that I have chosen, right? And what I end up building is this long-term sustained attention, this quality of long-term sustained attention on any object that I choose, right? Okay, so that's the first part, the intentionally directed sustained attention. That is one part of our meditation practice. The second part is, building this powerful mindfulness, right? Currently, because we have invested so much into attention, right, we are hardly aware what is happening, right? Our peripheral awareness is not very strong. We are not aware of all the thoughts, emotions, and different aspect of what is going on, right? We are generally, engaged with some kind of object of, it could be mind, it could be thoughts and emotion, it could be any external stimulus. But we are certainly so much narrowly focused on one object that we are not aware of the bigger picture altogether. And that is what the mindfulness provide, right? This bigger picture, the context, the relationship between different aspects of our actions and all these different consequences that is happening. So mindfulness is like this context provider, right? And once we have the stronger mindfulness, we become more, we have control over our reactions, right? We are no more very reactive. We know we have these options. We can see our different options. We can choose wisely. We can even change our conditioning based on if we have this powerful mindfulness, because we can see it. If we don't have it, we don't even see it. So that's not even an option. So that's more like one aspect of a strong mindfulness, that one positive aspect of a strong mindfulness. Another aspect which is more important for the meditators are the strong mindfulness is what provides you these insights, this wisdom, this awakening, right? This is what you get from the strong sense of mindfulness. Because you are aware of these things, you can get this insight of basic impermanence of the nature and all these things, which are not concept. You can directly see this thing if you have like this strong mindfulness, right? So you are always aware of how things are going on. Now, this interaction between these mindfulness and attention is also very important, in the sense of the mindfulness kind of provide different context of like all the different objects that we are aware of, and then we can pick up different object based on our intention, and then we can analyze it, and then we can put it back, and then we can again sort of go back to the awareness. So this interaction is very important. If the awareness is missing, then we are impulsively reacting to things. We don't have this context of what is going on behind the scene, right? At the same time, if we don't have a strong focus attention, we won't be able to solve the problems. We will be just aware of them, that's all. So both of them are important, and both of them we are going to train in this meditation practices, right? Another aspect about this is this awareness could be introspective, or this awareness could be extrospective, right? So we can be aware of external things. We are fully aware of external aspect of like different objects in our surrounding. On the other hand, we can also be aware of introspectively. We can cultivate this introspective awareness of what is going on in our mind, what different thoughts, fears, emotions are going on, what is different thoughts are going on, and all these kind of things. So that way we can understand the nature of these internal objects with the introspective awareness, right? So we'll go through this whole 9 stages of mindfulness training. 10th stage is like, it's not really a stage, you are done with the training. So we'll go through all these 9 stages, and in a great detail, like how to get established in each stage, and each stage build upon another stage. So how can we establish, and how can we judge our progress, and how can we work smartly.